Welcome to the Fort Polk podcast. Today we're talking about the Army Emergency Relief Campaign, or AER. AER was established in 1942 by the Secretary of War and the Army Chief of Staff to provide financial relief for soldiers and their families during times of emergency. AER provides a variety of services, including emergency travel assistance and personal vehicle expenses. The AER campaign is an important part of the Army's mission to support its members in times of need, and it isn't about how much you give, it's about how many of you give. Most soldiers will never need AER, but we are all responsible for the ones that do. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get going. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are listening to this podcast. I am Jeff England from the Fort Polk Public Affairs Office, and this is the Fort Polk Podcast. Today with me, I have Katie Davis. She is an AER specialist from ACS. How are you doing, Katie?
I am doing great.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad you showed up. We had to make sure that it was convenient for you to come in, and I'm always happy to see you. It's so much fun to talk to you sometimes. Sometimes when you're in a good mood.
I'm always in a good mood.
Well, I've never seen you in a bad mood, so
especially when it comes to campaigning.
Oh, of course, campaigning, and we're not talking politics here. We're talking fundraisers, and for one of the best, most. What do you call that? It's for the Army. It's not just a campaign for like the military or a campaign for this organization. It's a campaign for the Army, and everybody at Fort Polk can benefit from this unless you're like Air Force.
Absolutely. Well, we would help out Air Force.
I'm sure you would help with information.
But yes, definitely. AER campaign, like I said, excellent time where it's soldiers helping soldiers. And we're promoting that, especially for our active duty soldier to be involved. You know, we go with each other to war.
It's crazy. It is. I said that not many people are going to have to use this or are going to find a need to use this, which is an absolute blessing. Believe me, being in an emergency situation where you need a little bit of help. And this really comes in handy. I know people that have had just like their engines blowing up, or they get in an accident and they just can't. They don't have enough money to fix the car. And these aren't just necessarily grants or free money. These can be loans that like low interest or no interest loans, and they can pay back. And it's all here for us to use, and it's nothing to stigmatize. It's nothing to look down on.
Yeah, and with AER, I want to stress all of our loans are no interest.
No interest.
Do no interest at all.
I will offer loans out for 100% interest compounded daily. So just
come to AER.
Come to me.
You go to him.
So it's the AER and the Army, and this organization, it was established back in World War II to help out with soldiers and their families, especially the ones that have been deployed overseas, and the ones that are left behind don't have enough money to pay for that. So one of the biggest things, even though it's called Army Emergency Relief, it's not funded by the government.
Not at all.
No. How'd that happen?
All donations. Because it was started, like you were saying, by a soldier who saw the need. And our original first need was with widows and orphans, because there wasn't any funds set up. But due to donation throughout the years, we have, of course, opened up a lot of different categories. So we have a lot of different categories opened up from when we originally started in 1942. So it's solely by donations.
That's crazy. And so we're trying to raise donations this year. Well, we do it every year.
Sure.
Every year. And, I've been here for a while, and I've seen all kinds of fundraisers. I've seen CF. Yeah, something like that. Combined
campaign.
CFC.
There we go.
Combined Federal Campaign. CFC. The CFC and the AER. Those are the two big ones, and this one is pretty cool. Last year, in 2022, donations Army-wide for active duty actually almost made $2 million in donations. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That's a lot of good people helping out other good people. And that's just now that wasn't not raised, but it helped. It helped. $1.9 million went to aid in active duty. That's what I meant. I didn't mean we raised. Raising the money, raising the cash is kind of big on my mind right now. But donations.
Yes, for our active duty, like you were saying, last year for 2022, we did manage to get, like you say, 1.9 mil.
1.9 mil,
and which is a great number. But we always strive for our active duty can do better.
Yeah.
Can always do better. And that is what we're focusing on for our active duty. Again, soldiers helping soldiers. That is our main focus. We want our soldiers to know that we're there for each other.
Now, it's not just active duty that's donating either.
Absolutely. I like to commend our retiree sector. They always do great.
Oh, absolutely.
And then our corporate, I know the exchange with
the civilians, foundations, and corporations, they really kick in. They kick in a lot of money, don't they?
They do. And we are grateful for that because, as you were saying, these are ones that a lot of them never use, will never use it, or either they're not even eligible. But they still help the active duty.
It's one big family. Once Army, always Army.
Definitely.
Yeah, never an ex-Marine. The Fort Polk gave out a bunch of loans last year, interest-free and fee-free. There's no fees either. Yeah, see, you missed out on that one, huh? I got to say something. But in 2022, how many loans were dispersed, or the total amount of loans dispersed for our
just for Fort Polk? Just loans.
Yeah.
Because we have three categories. We have loans, we have grants, and then we do a combination where we say loans and grants. But just for loans, we gave out $175,000. That's for just loans.
And that's just Fort Polk.
Just Fort Polk.
Now you add just all those. You just take that number, and our post isn't even the biggest. Take that number and just multiply it by how many posts there are, and that's a lot of money
for loans.
For loans. Now it's too bad I can't get one of those loans and go out and buy a house because I'm not active duty.
Well, and we don't help with houses.
Oh, come on. Let me help me buy a house. Let me buy a house. I don't even want to live in it.
That's for our financial readiness.
You know what I need? I need help buying a motorhome.
I can't help you buy the home, but I can help you with certain expenses concerning the home.
I want an RV so I can go out to the Renaissance Fair and camp in glory.
As long as it's your primary residence, hey, AER will step in and help with whatever valid need there is for your home, whichever.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that enough. I'm not going to try to come over and take your money. So we gave out total loans over $175,000 last year. This is what gets me. How much did Fort Polk get in donations?
Now, for our active duty sector, we have over $49,000 for active duty contribution. And that is why we stress we can do better as active duty sector. The other amount for our ending total for 2022, we did raise $91,000, which is great.
And that's still less than the $175,000 that you loaned out.
Yes.
So, I mean, you're out there doing a great job and helping a lot, and it's time for us to help even more. So let's get that. We've got to get that up. What's our goal this year?
Our goal is $100,000 this year. We definitely want to reach it. If we succeeded, that's great.
That would.
Oh, yes, always.
That'd be great. So, and we do get help from the rest of the Army to help cover that 175. It's not coming out of my pocket because I don't have it.
But well, soldiers helping soldiers, so all us chipped in.
Absolutely.
All us always chip in to help each other.
So let's see. If somebody was in need, they just found themselves in a situation. It's not like they're bad people or nothing. They can come on over and get. What are some of the categories of assistance that you?
Well, there are certain major categories we assist with. POV. Your personal vehicle.
Yeah, POV, personal,
yes.
Personally owned vehicle. It's like your car.
Yeah, definitely. Not if it's a government vehicle. If you do anything to the government vehicle, then I'm going to refer you, of course, to your government contact. But if it's your personal POV, we would definitely in assisting you with that. And certain expenses we look at for that is car payment, fuel, repairs. If you're in an accident and you don't have funds for that high deductible that you chose at the beginning.
Hey, we have to choose that because the insurance is too high.
Repeat, that high deductible we chose at the beginning. Come in and see us, and we could definitely help with those. Some of the other ones is housing. Like when the soldiers first get here, trying to establish a household, whether on post or off post.
Oh yeah, like the deposit and stuff.
Oh yes, indeed.
Now, would that be more of a loan or a grant?
Depends, because we do a budget with our soldier.
Uh-huh.
And our first goal is always, like you were saying, we may assist you with your emergency now, but we're taking the money and we're going to get it back from you. And I'm going to give it to someone else. And that's why we always do loan first. But if the soldier cannot afford the loan, our next one then would be what we call a combination. It would be part loan, part grant. If you can't give it back, then, of course, the final one is the grant. So I have to admit, we don't mind giving grant.
And you know what? Going off of that,
yes.
You know what else ACS offers? Financial responsibility classes.
Yes.
See, there's all kinds of. You can go over there and build a what do you call those things?
Our budget.
A budget. Yeah, a budget.
Summary.
No, we could build a budget and say, okay, this is how much I make, and this is how much I could spend, and if I don't spend it on smoking, if I don't go out and buy cigarettes, I could afford to buy a new car. See, it's just a matter of how you look at it.
True, but we try, like you said, definitely in doing the budget. Now that you speak of, that is our first goal. We want to always making sure, because we do not just prepare soldiers for why they're in the military. We want to prepare them because forever they're going to be what? Army
forever.
Army forever.
Yeah, we're family.
So we want to make sure that when they go back out in the civilian sector, they're prepared.
Absolutely. The best thing I've ever I've always been proud of is being able to handle my finances. And there was a time that I had some problems, and I got some help with a loan, and before I knew it, I was back on my feet, and the loan was paid off, and I did everything right, and now I'm here sitting with you, talking about helping other people.
Definitely.
See, it's always pay it forward.
Always.
Now, you said back in World War II when it started that it started to help out widows and stuff. So I assume that one of the common categories would be helping with funeral costs.
Yes. Not something that any of us want to go through.
I know. I'm always bringing up the bad stuff, but that's my job. I got to bring up the bad stuff.
Well, we try to make it, like you say, so they could come in, because we want to take pressure off that family where we can assist them. Unfortunately, if it's active duty and it's a dependent of active duty, we do have to do it what we call a bridge loan. because they got the insurance, the SGLI family set up.
Yeah.
But we can assist them during that time before those funds come in.
Now, bridge loan is just it's exactly how it sounds. It's just to get you across this one deep chasm to get you from being where you are now to where you need to be. And it's just a temporary help to get you there.
Yes.
I had one of those when I was building a house. It's like it's a bridge loan to get you to the mortgage.
To that certain point.
Yeah. And but I know one thing that you can't help with, and that's getting baby formula, because this is the AER, which is money.
We could definitely help with baby furniture.
No, you can't. Baby formula.
I'm sorry.
Furniture.
What we have with baby
Babies
furniture,
don't need no
believe
furniture.
it or not.
Babies
We
don't
do.
need furniture. They can lay on the floor.
We can help. Well, it's the new age now. We don't want to put them on the floor, on that nice carpet. We want to lift them up a little. But definitely when it comes to the baby formula, at one time, with inflation, the price was so high where they couldn't find formula in this area. So we was able to assist with that extra. Like, say, if normally they would pay, I'm going to say, $80 a month, we will just, and if it's now $200, we can kind of assist them with a little loan for that $120.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was, I couldn't believe it. It's like, what? There's no formula around.
Yes.
What did we do before formula?
Very expensive. Okay. What did we do before then? Okay, that's another day for another subject. What did we do?
Another one that people don't really notice, and it really does come at the worst times, is emergency travel.
Yes.
Yes, I had to travel out to California for a death in the family, and it's like, oh, great. And those tickets are not cheap when you don't have time ahead to plan. And it's like, oh, great.
Because it is an emergency, and most emergency, they're trying to get out. Some of them want to do the same day, and we try to stress to them, it's going to be kind of hard to get a plane ticket, but we'll try on the same day you come to see us. But even the next day, that ticket is extremely high.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We go over, everything with them, and we get them out as soon as possible. Emergency travel, no matter what's going on, that's the number one thing we get out first. It's emergency travel, because that is emergency.
Yeah, it's a quick thing. You have to get it turned around. It's like, I got to be there tomorrow. It's like, oh, that's not great. That's not a great thing. But the Army's campaign for AER, that runs from March 1st through May 15th. And that's every year.
Every year.
So it's not even, it's more than a month. It's a month and a half. March, April, May. 2 months. 2.5 months. I don't know my months.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't even know what day it is. So
it's adjustable. We'll update it.
So what's some of the big things that you want to do for this campaign?
One of the things we always want to do, the essence of the campaign, is to make sure all soldiers are 100% informed about AER programs.
Because knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
G.I. Joe.
And it takes a lot of pressure off soldiers with not knowing that there is some financial organization available to assist them, for the unexpected. It's very helpful to know that you're here to help. And that there's a lot of these programs on post that people they're afraid to use, because they think that if I'm using this program, it's something bad, or if I go to this class, it's because I'm in trouble, or if I go to this doctor or something, something's wrong. Well, or it's a bad thing, or people are going to look at me wrong, or it's not going to look good in my unit, and that's not how it is. Not at all.
It's when you ignore all the help that you can get,
thank you,
and then get in trouble. It's like,
that's it.
All of this was here for you. Why didn't you use it? That's when you get in trouble.
True.
Not when you go out and use it. This is nothing to be ashamed of.
And especially, like as you mentioned, with soldiers, let's say they're POV. It need repairs, even if it's preventive maintenance. We don't want you to run around with tires that are unsafe.
Oh, no.
Not at all.
No, I had some of those. And when I saw how bad they were, it's like, scared me.
Insurance, yes, you should be planning it in your budget, but unexpected expenses can come up that may you may not be able to pay that insurance. We want you to be secure, so when you come through that gate, we don't have to
turn you around.
Thank you.
Take your license.
Get told, and that's more money.
Yep.
So we are here to help, whichever way. And another one of the points, the two with the campaign, is also, again, I'm stressing, soldiers helping soldiers. We should be involved with active duty soldiers helping soldiers when it comes to fundraising. We should want to assist and help out whichever way we can.
Yeah, you should want to. I mean, it shouldn't be something that's forced on you. When I was in basic, they kind of forced us. It's like, no, you don't want to do this. Why not? And it's like they guilted us and they forced us into it. It's like you would be looked down upon if you did not. We're not saying you have to, but it's like, well, then you're telling us we have to, but it's tax free or it's tax deductible. Yeah, if I get over that itemized tax threshold thing, it's like, wait a minute, why can't I deduct this? It's like, oh, because you got it in that deduction over there. It's like, oh, yeah, it's like they lied to me.
But it should be, and that's what we don't want to pressure, but we don't want to. Like you say, Army should be a family. It should be that no matter where I travel, if I were to see Army personnel on the side of the road, I would want to help.
And you know what I noticed today? That it's really easy to help, and it's really easy to donate to the AER.
Yes.
I just got some lunch over at the Express.
Okay.
And when I was using their little credit card machine, their thingy, it says right before you're done with everything, it says, would you like to donate to the AER?
Definitely.
So it's right there on there, and I check, bump, and you're good to go. It doesn't even, no paperwork. That was that easy.
We're making it as convenient as possible.
Now, if they could just make Girl Scout cookies just as easy to get, I would be happy. I like my Samoas.
I'm not going to mention.
What?
How many
Thin
types
mints?
I like.
Let's see. The peanut butter ones, the s'more ones, the Samoas, and
that's it.
The thin mints, and shortbread.
Can't say.
But this is about the AER.
I'm getting good cookies.
Now, another thing I do know, and knowing you and how proud you are to do what you do all the time, because you do take pride in your work. I do know that you want to make AER the soldier's first choice.
Always come to us first. We want you to come to us, like I said, someone may tell you, tell the soldier where AER not going to help. No, you need to come to see the AER specialist.
Yeah, let them tell you.
Thank you, because there may be another way we can help you.
Yeah, that's just like my stepson. Like, I'm not good enough to do that. It's like, why are you denying yourself? Let them deny you. If you don't think you're good enough, let them tell you.
True.
And then he goes and does it, and it's like, oh yeah, come on in. It's like, see, you were selling yourself short.
True.
But the AER, and I know you want to make AER a soldier's first choice, and I know exactly why you say that. It's because of these payday loans that are charging an arm and a leg for a $20 loan, and you end up owing $150 on your first child. It's what the heck? No, go to AER. AER first.
Absolutely. And it's not, because you got to watch, they're not really called payday loans anymore.
I'm sorry, loan sharks.
Financial institutions.
I'm sorry.
And like we tell people, if you're not going to your bank or AER, you're going to the wrong place. But AER is first. AER first. Come to us first to always see if we can help you. Because the other organizations, they got that 36%, which I think is still too high. But hey,
that is way too high. I won't even use a credit card if it has a higher APR than 9.9, and that's high for me.
And that's still high.
Yeah,
like I say, we want to get it down as low as possible. Of course, we are zero.
Pay it off at the end of the month, and I don't have to worry about it. So
absolutely.
But now we're also going to be doing more or offering more soldiers the opportunity to donate to AER to help out a fellow soldier in need. So how are these? How are we going to raise awareness other than this awesome talk show with all of my listener out there?
Well, in the community, because we're trying to go out more. Like you said, you should be seeing us around at the exchange. We're going to try to be there more, just with the command. Also trying to reach with our family members, because a lot of them are not familiar with it. And sometimes let it get a little nudge. We got to sometimes get the spouses to tell that service member, hey, we really need to go to AER.
Absolutely. Get the platoon sergeants and the platoon captains and get all of them to up the score here and say, hey, look, if you need it, go there first. Let them turn you down.
Absolutely.
And then you can go to your bank. After the AER says no.
Well, we're going to try to work with you where we don't have to worry about the bank.
But the last place is that financial institution that, quote unquote.
I don't even want to mention it.
No, so neither do I. Then there's Vinny. Three-finger Vinny behind the liquor store.
We don't want any of those. If it's not those two, AER always first.
Always, and we got to get the leadership to say, hey, have you checked this? Actually, I hear that a lot too. It's like, man, I've got this and I've got that, because I follow on Facebook different groups, and it's like, oh, I can't do this and I can't afford that, and I chime in. It's like, have you tried AER? What's
Absolutely.
that? No, why? I don't want to go there. Then my commander will know. It's like, your commander's going to know if you get in trouble.
And if it's a financial situation, unfortunately, most of the time, it don't get better. Over time, it get worse.
It does.
So come to us first. At least your command will see. Then you're at least trying to be proactive on trying to handle it.
Absolutely. And to top it all off, if you get into financial problems, I'm not saying financial hardships, because a financial hardship is, an emergency. You go and take care of it.
Absolutely.
You get into financial problems, which is because you failed to go to AER. That's when your career can be in trouble, because that can affect your clearance.
Absolutely.
That can affect getting a job in the future.
Absolutely.
Because they pull a credit report. That can affect your getting a car, a house, a job, a girlfriend. No.
Oh. Parkway. Do you know how expensive they are?
I ain't saying she's a code digger. Let's see. Anyway, I'm sorry. I get off track. I get off topic like that. Start singing some cool songs. The campaign. Now, we also said it's not about how much you give. It's about how many of you give. And,
absolutely.
Just giving up your $5 cup of coffee.
True.
Just even just once a month.
Once a month.
$5
out of your paycheck once a month. You get paid every 2 weeks. You're just going to miss $2.50, which is that one big bag of chips.
Oh,
probably, they're $2.50 at the commissary.
It's one small coffee at Starbucks.
Oh, it is?
I don't know. All I know is they're really
expensive.
Give
it that bag of chips for, two big bags
to help out with somebody.
Definitely. So,
now the AER, the Army Emergency Relief, that exists to make sure soldiers, just make sure that the soldier next to you is focused on their mission instead of on their finances.
Yes, indeed.
It helps that way,
Because we believe financial readiness, soldier readiness, is command readiness, because they're going to go hand in hand. If you're not worrying about your finances and knowing that you got a place to come to, then you can go to work and perform your duty the way you should to make this country, what did I say, the awesome country that we already are.
The awesome country we are.
We are. We
America.
are the best.
America.
We're always the best. America always.
Oh
the
man,
best.
I'm gonna have to get an eagle cry into my sound bank over here. We get Sorry, I got off.
No.
It's like America.
Caw. We always the best.
Now, if AER only primarily gives out the loans, which means you'll be getting your money back, why do you need donations?
Because, believe it or not, sometimes we may not necessarily get those loans if soldiers get out as how do I want to say, on an early release from the Army.
An emergency early release.
So therefore, we have to continue to replenish just in case.
Well, actually, you know what? I do have an answer for that. It's because just at Fort Polk alone, you said it earlier, you gave out over $175,000 worth of loans, and we only took in $49,000.
Yep.
So where did all the other money come from? That's what I thought.
For somebody else.
That's what I thought. So that's why we have to ask for donations. And to top it all off, it's not even funded by the government.
True.
So it needs you need to, not to mention the grants.
True.
Those are like the ones that you said that the default.
Well, and the grant ones, like you said, they don't have to repay it. And we have programs set up for grants, where it is just a grant. We have some programs that is only grant. And one of them is, like I said, dealing with medical with cranial helmets. That's all grant.
A helmet?
Yes, cranial helmet for little ones, for the children.
I was about to say, it's like, oh man, I need a helmet.
No, not that type. Not the bike. No, we don't want the bike riding helmet.
Oh.
We want the medical.
Oh, but that was my personal vehicle. Oh, now we're in a conundrum. So, the AER, why are you asking? Well, actually, some of these questions that I come up with are they're just redundant because, at least to me, because I've either already said the answer, or it's just so obvious to me that it sounds second nature. So when I ask things like, why does AER ask active duty soldiers for money and not seek funds from others? Actually, you do.
You do.
It's active duty and retirees and corporations, and I mean, you guys you're all about helping.
Yep. And back again, just like you say, we gave out over $175,000. Active duty. That was to active duty. That wasn't to the retirees.
Just the active duty. Just active duty.
So if we're giving out that merch, then we have to, of course, have a supply available. Unless, like you were saying, I'm going to my sister company and saying, oh, can I borrow some?
Can I borrow your car? No.
Nope. That may come after a while. But definitely, and that's why active duty, helping active duty, we're going to make sure the funds are always available.
Now, it's, AER it's a yearly thing, just for the drive, just for the campaign.
Yes,
it's a yearly thing, but for helping, it's all year long.
All year.
Do you see any time during the year that people are coming in more often than others?
Most of the time, I hate to say it, after those holiday breaks.
I bet.
Because, they don't went and enjoy. And, and if it's, like say, a valid financial need and it's a category of assistance, yes, we do assist, but at the same time, we also go over budget, say, hey, you know what? This holiday comes every year.
Sorry, I went overboard on the gifts.
This holiday comes every year, and you got 11 months to try to plan for it. So let's come up with a budget to get you planned for that. I want to be here for your valid financial need, not for every.
So it's usually after the holidays that you're seeing it, not before or during.
No.
Well, no.
Oh, during, no. Usually after.
Yeah. During, they're on block leave, so I guess no.
Well, that's one too.
So that's probably your favorite time. It's like, hey, nobody's coming into hell, and they don't need our help.
Yeah. Afterward.
But so Okay, so you get it from active duty, retirees, corporations, foundations,
Yes.
just individuals seeking to support the Army.
Absolutely.
And anybody that's out there listening to the podcast can help. With all of these different places that are coming in, about what percentage is active duty that's donating?
For our percentage, 15%. And that is not.
We want to make it more.
Good. Yeah.
We want to make it more.
We want to get at
every
least
little bit.
25% or higher.
Oh, that'd
and
be
we
awesome.
should be. We should be.
We should.
We should.
I challenge all the commanders out there to match all the donations from their units.
Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm in.
I'm sure everyone's just click. We don't want to listen to that guy anymore. So if I wanted to donate, which I will, of course, I'm always helping out someplace. How, other than at the shopette where I can, or the Express where I can just do it with my credit card, where else can I do it?
We're gonna have, like you were saying, our QR codes. We're gonna be putting those around.
Those are easy. What will that do? Just take
go
me to
online.
a website?
Yes, indeed.
Take me to a
Fort
website?
Polk. Take you right there to our
And then
website
donate.
for Fort Polk.
Does our money stay at Fort Polk? Or does all money just go into a big pool and then gets divided out as needed?
It goes into a big pool because back again, as we said, we only raised over, 49,000?
Yep.
And then we gave out.
175,900.
Therefore, it have to go in the big pool.
Got to go in the big
So
pool.
we can help each other. All those are still Army, no matter where we at.
Yep.
So, and we're going to have the QR codes. You can also contact our office. Do you want me to give it to my number?
I'm sure we could figure out where ACS is. What is your number? 531?
1957.
1957. That was a good year.
And don't forget the 337 because
I don't care about the 337. I like the 531 because I usually call from the government phones anyway.
Oh, okay.
I don't even have to dial 99.
But Louisiana, they're strict on those 337
Oh,
now,
I know. What's up with that? But then, I've always, on a cell phone, ever since I've had a cell phone, I've always dialed the area code because I don't know what area code I was in if I was driving, my phone number is this city, but I'm in the city next to it. It has a different area code. Do I need to dial mine or do I need to dial my area code? Do I need to dial their area code? So I just got in the habit of dialing area codes. And then when I was starting to put them into my little phone book inside my phone, then it was just put the area code in there anyway. So I just dial this person.
Okay. But for our active duty soldier, we have unit reps at each unit that they could go directly to them. If you do not know your unit rep, then just give us a call at that 337-531-1957. And I'll assure you we'll get you in contact with them. So we're trying to make it easier for you.
Absolutely.
And they would definitely tell you how to donate the different ways that we have available.
Sweet. So you can get it directly taken out of your paycheck.
Allotment.
An allotment. That's easy. That's probably the easiest way. And you could do it for
online.
$5 a month.
And you can do it online with that.
And it lasts for 1 year, right?
Yes.
So we have to redo it every year.
Every year.
Or we can make a one-time deposit.
Absolutely. And that's the one we'll like for you if you want to do it online. Well, you could do it by, coming to us or either going through their unit rep with a one-time deposit. We would like to have that $60.
Oh,
which
how
is
nice.
$5, 5 times 12. We'd like to have the 60. Now, if you want to divide it up at 30 for the month of March, 30 for the month of April, we're willing to go that route.
You're just making
we'll
this
work
simple.
with you.
Yeah, that's AER working with you.
Hey, we'll work with you any way we have. We're all about money. So we will make sure we get it right.
It's all about the Benjamins, or in my case, the Washingtons.
Yep. And of course, this time, all about the Greens.
Mine's more like the Lincolns. And I'm not talking to green Lincolns. I'm talking to copper Lincolns. Right?
Oh, well, we want the green. You could keep the brown and silver. We'd like to have the green instead.
Some people make it rain. I make it hail.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I go off topic,
No.
but that's what it is.
Hey.
But we got the Army Emergency Relief is here to help with personal emergencies, like your personal vehicle expense, your funeral expenses, food, housing costs, emergency travel, utilities, anything that might need a short-term fix or a little assistance just to help get you by instead of going to one of the shady places that is going to cost like forever money. You guys offer the loans for no interest and no fees.
Definitely not.
So there's no fees, no interest, and easy payments.
Absolutely. We work with you.
And it's fully funded by donations.
Fully.
Not the government. So the Congress can't hold us hostage for the AER. Say, we need more of this. No, you ain't touching our stuff.
That's right.
This is great.
Definitely.
And we can, and everyone has their own AER, or every unit has an AER rep. And if you don't know, call 531-1957. Talk to Katie.
Yes, I'm one.
One of them. And they can help you out, figure out. ACS also offers classes on financial readiness. So you can go over there and learn how to budget your money, learn how to save, learn how to get your bills paid off faster.
Oh, yes.
And if somebody needs an idea on how to do that, I know how to do that too. Yeah. It's called, you know what I call it? It's called a power.
Okay.
It's called a power payment. If you are making payments on a loan or a credit card, let's just say a credit card. If you're making payments on a credit card and you have like several of them, and they're all these high interest payments, first of all, you're going to find the lowest balance that you have, and you're going to pay that one off first.
Sure.
So, how much more can you afford a month? $20? $25? You take that 25 and that's your power payment. You add it to whatever payment you were making. That pays off your lowest faster. So once that lowest one is paid, now you take all of that money, the payment that you were making on it, plus
on the next one.
plus whatever else, and you put it on the next one, and it snowballs until you get it all paid off. And then once you pay it off, stop getting balances on your credit card. Pay them off or pay cash. Huh.
Yes, that's our recommendation, but we're here to help. We do give. Like
sometimes. Well, that's why they call it emergency.
Yes,
they call it an emergency.
Not too wise decision. So we're here to help.
Sometimes things just pop up, like like the tires, or maybe I had a blowout, or I got a nail in my tire, but it was too close to the sidewall, and now I have to buy a new tire.
Absolutely.
And I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and I need just a little bit of help in between. You're there for.
We're here.
You're there to help.
We're here to help. I mean, we have those, the basic ones you just talked about with the POV, housing, utilities, emergency
it was
travel.
A heat wave came through, and I had an extra guest over, and we had to run the air conditioner a little too much, and now my electric bill is just a little too high for this month. So
it happened.
It happens.
Anytime here in this area,
especially around here,
summertime. Hey, we get them $300 or $400.
But you're born on the sun. It's hot.
Unless you just want to turn it off and sit outside.
Well,
we can definitely help with that.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad that you are here to help, and I'm glad that you stopped in to be on the Fort Polk podcast. Katie Davis, AER specialist from ACS. I appreciate you coming out.
Glad
and
to come.
I'm sure we'll have you back here next year. Or actually, you know what? We're going to have you back before then just to talk about some financial readiness stuff. How's that? How's that sound?
Okay.
Oh, come on. You were wonderful. You were wonderful.
Right, I'll try my best.
Yeah. Now, the AER is here to provide financial assistance and a helping hand. So let's join together and support our fellow soldiers through the AER campaign. Thanks for tuning into Fort Polk Podcast. I'm Jeff England, and you can stay safe and stay informed.